Joel threw me a lavish birthday party. I thought he was also celebrating our 6th wedding anniversary. But then he said, "Let's get a divorce," with all our friends and family present. His words left no room for doubt. He was serious. I was caught off guard. I couldn't understand why. He said, "I'm tired. Living under your control makes me feel suffocated. I want a life of freedom, just on my own. Will you let me go?" Everyone around us started chiming in, blaming me for being too controlling. They said no man could put up with that. I was honestly speechless. I never even checked his phone. I didn't even know his passcode. I looked at Joel, lost. Then his best friend added, "Sis, just do a good deed and let him go. You've been too strict. That woman he's seeing is already pregnant, and still doesn't even have a proper title." Chapter 1. My husband was cheating on me, and I had no idea until his best friend told me in front of a crowd. Joel Song, furious and humiliated, punched Ryan in the face. "What the hell is wrong with you? Talking crap. Whose friend are you?" "Huh?" Ryan took the hit, solid and unflinching. "Joel, I let you punch me. I've put up with you for too long. Every time we hit the karaoke bar, you bring that girl, then you go home and play the devoted husband with Carolina. Sis-in-law. You think he's out working late every night? No, he's partying with us at KTV. And the only reason he comes home late is because he's with her. He bought her an apartment right across from yours. My birthday party turned into a complete farce. And yet, somehow, I wasn't the most humiliated person there. Joel was. He never imagined his best friend would stab him in the back like that. People left one by one. Some were sympathetic toward me. Others mocked me. Some cursed Joel for being a cheating bastard, while others slammed Ryan for airing dirty laundry. But Ryan faced them all calmly. "How is it dirty? Joel announces a divorce in front of everyone and I'm the one out of line? He wants to get divorced and tries to paint her as the bad guy, like she's some controlling wife suffocating him. What? When this happens to you, you'd rather your husband and his buddy lie to your face together?" He made sure everyone heard him. Silence fell. Joel was trembling with rage, fists clenched, itching for a second round. The room went dead quiet. I turned to Joel. "How long?" I really had no clue. 2 years. He said, "She's still in school. Don't make things hard for her. She's from the countryside. It hasn't been easy for her. Caro, she's not like you. You shine no matter who you're with. She can't. She has no one but me. Without me, she won't survive." I laughed out loud. "So that gives you the right to betray me? Cheat on me? And if it weren't for Ryan, you'd have smeared me at my own birthday party. Made me the crazy wife who drove you to want a divorce? You're disgusting. I'm sorry. She's pregnant. I need to give her a sense of security. She's still in school. If I didn't force you like this, you'd never agree to a divorce." A low chuckle escaped my throat, and it quickly turned into tears. "What do you take me for? You're already divorcing me, and I'm supposed to beg you not to? Why didn't you just say it? You want a divorce. You're seeing someone else. You really think I'd cling to you?" Joel didn't answer, just muttered, "I'm sorry," and walked away. Only today did I learn that Joel had a second home with her in the apartment complex right across from ours. He bought her that place. I locked myself in my room for 3 days. Didn't go to work. I saw the coworkers gossiping in the group chat. Carolina Ye's husband cheated and is keeping a girl outside? I always saw her posts. They looked so happy traveling together. Where'd he find the time to cheat? Small-minded. I've seen husbands sneak out to hotels even while picking up the kids from school. They've been together since college, 8 years. Married right after graduation. The house they live in now? Carolina bought it. He had nothing back then. Not even living expenses. She paid for everything. Now that life's better. He's straying. Think she'll divorce him? Why let that dog of a man off so easy? I closed the group chat. Didn't want to read another word. I opened my Moments feed and deleted every single post that had anything to do with Joel. I used to be the perfect woman, career, love, a handsome, wealthy husband who doted on me. People envied me everywhere, at work and in life, even back home. My relatives would crowd around and praise me, smart, accomplished, successful, lucky in love. All I needed was a baby to make it even better. They said I had great taste. I didn't look down on his humble beginnings. I saw the potential. I invested wisely. I built him up from nothing. He now had his own company and became President Song. Standing tall. But I bet he forgot how poor he was back then, how embarrassed he was. With no money in his pocket. But still wanting to buy me a birthday gift. Chapter 2. 3 days later. I got a call from Joel's lawyer. He wanted me to sign the divorce papers. The division of property? 50-50. Except for our current house and his company. The house we lived in, I bought it. He didn't include it. The company? He started it with 3 million yuan my parents gave him. Now he says he'll return the 3 million with interest. So the company stays with him. He thought that was fair. I won't sign. If he walks away with nothing, I'll sign immediately. Yi. The lawyer said. You should know the law doesn't support a clean break divorce like that. As a woman, I sympathize and understand. Truly. But President Song feels guilty right now. That's why he's offering you half. Once that guilt fades and he thinks straight again, you might not get this much. And the sooner you divorce, the sooner you can move on with your life. Why waste time on this? I let out a soft laugh. So he gets to start a new life while still married. But I can't. He walks away with nothing. I'll divorce him. The lawyer smirked and stood up. Yi. You're just stalling. Your demands won't hold up in court. But if you insist, see you there. I went back to work. My boss already knew about my situation and offered me a month off. I didn't take it. Between marriage and work, I had to keep one. Since I'd lost my marriage, I chose to focus on work. I showed up every day like nothing had happened. No one could tell my life had turned to ruins. My coworkers assumed I was swallowing my pride, trying to coexist with the mistress. Because it happens all the time, especially when the husband's rich. If I divorced, wouldn't I just be giving that cheating pair exactly what they wanted? A senior colleague even pulled me aside to teach me how to maintain a marriage. A smart woman knows when to yield. Your husband's rich, handsome, so many women out there want him. You need to lower your head sometimes, turn a blind eye, and just let life pass. That other woman? He's obsessed because she knows how to act soft. Knows how to be submissive. You shouldn't always be about your career. You should have had a child with President Song by now. Your child would be the legitimate heir. The other one's a bastard. I couldn't understand their wisdom. Your husband cheats. And your first thought is to rush into having his baby just to lock in your title as the main wife? Even my parents were trying to talk me down. Joel's not the same man he used to be. They said, he's not some broke kid anymore. He's the CEO now. His company's preparing for a round of financing. Maybe even going public. If you divorce now, you're just making it easier for someone else to cash in. So weird. Why is everyone trying to convince me? It's not like I want the divorce. Joel's the one pushing for it. Just to legitimize the woman he's seeing. And my dad said, that's why you should just soften up. You've been with him through thick and thin. If you give in, he'll remember your love and show mercy. Men at the top, they want to be worshipped. They want to protect the weak. I came home just to have a meal, and all I heard were things like this. If he wants to protect the weak, go start a charity. There's no shortage of vulnerable people needing protection. Just as I was getting ready to leave, Joel showed up. Mom, Dad. He paused when he saw me. Caro, you're here too. What a coincidence. My parents said quickly. We didn't know Caro would be here today. Why don't you two talk? Caro's got a lot to say to you. Then they slipped out of the room. Joel straightened his shirt, sat down on the sofa, and said, the court hearing's coming up. There's really nothing left to talk about. The sooner you sign, the sooner we can move on. It's better for both of us. I know you don't want to divorce me, but I've fallen for someone else. There's no turning back. Caro, after all these years, let's just part peacefully. I said, you've got it all wrong. I had no idea they invited you here today. Joel, when my dad gave you 3 million from the family's relocation compensation to start your company, you were nothing. Now you want to give back the 3 million with interest and keep the whole company? Keep dreaming. Joel's voice rose, almost angry. Carolina, when did you become so calculating and materialistic? Yes. The 3 million came from your dad, but I'm the one who turned it into a successful business. If he gave that money to someone else, they wouldn't even make a ripple. Now I'm paying you back with interest. And you're still not satisfied? You want me to walk away with nothing? You've been reading too many novels. That's not happening. You're just dragging this out, wasting your time and youth. I don't even love you anymore. And you still want to stay with me? What's the point? As he shouted, I thought back to when he got that 3 million. He hugged me in joy, swore to me, Caro, trust me, when the company takes off, I'll repay you 100-fold. I'll never forget what you and your dad did for me. I'll love you forever. You're my wife. I love you. I love you. Back then, when he said he loved me, he meant it. And now, with success and another woman in his life, when he says he doesn't love me, that's real too. After seeing that Joel was dead set on the divorce, even my parents stopped trying to change his mind. They just told me to divorce him quickly and start over. Don't waste my life on something so pointless. I told them, I want him to leave with nothing. They think I've lost it, because that's just not possible. Chapter 3. And now, with Joel's financial strength, he had all the time and means to sue me. I also found myself a lawyer, Joel's former best friend, Ryan. Ever since my birthday party incident, the two had fallen out completely. I repeated my words. I want him to walk away with nothing. I thought Ryan would laugh like everyone else. Don't be silly. That's impossible. Instead, Ryan said, all right, we'll make sure he walks away with nothing. In that moment, I laughed. And as I laughed, tears started streaming down my face. I said, there's construction outside your law firm. Some sand got in my eyes. Ryan handed me a tissue. Damn sand pile outside my house too. I'll have someone get rid of it. And sure enough, someone showed up with an excavator and cleared the sand away. That made me cry even harder. The guy driving the excavator must have thought he pissed me off somehow. He revved it up, sped away in a panic. Watching that huge machine flee in such a hurry made me laugh again. I was crying and laughing at the same time, an absolute mess. Suddenly, Ryan pulled me into a tight hug. Don't be scared. I'm here. I listened to his heartbeat pounding steadily against my chest. And somehow, I felt calm. Ryan and I actually grew up together. Childhood sweethearts in the same alleyway. He was raised by his grandparents while his parents lived abroad. He eventually joined them overseas in high school. He only returned to China in the past 2 years. His job led to a business connection with Joel, and they became close friends. That day, I received a friend request from a stranger. One look at the profile picture, and I already had a guess. I accepted. Then came a flood of photos. Photos of her and Joel hanging out. A photo of her kissing Joel while he slept on a sofa. Photos of them sleeping in each other's arms. Even some NSFW videos. Sis, your husband doesn't love you anymore. Have some dignity and divorce him, okay? Joel's always been cautious to protect me from your wrath. But I know you're kind. If your husband cheats, you'll blame him, not me. Even if it weren't me, it would be someone else, right? You knew I live across from your apartment, but you never came to cause trouble. That's how I knew you're a good person. Please let go. Let me and the father of my child be together. I really love him, and he loves me too. I'll ask Joel to give you more money. Just divorce him. You're still young. You'll find someone better who truly loves you. She said a lot. I didn't even finish reading. She gave me all the evidence of Joel's cheating herself. Photos and videos she took, not anything I spied. Perfectly legal. I forwarded everything to Ryan. Ryan burst out laughing. She really just handed us the smoking gun. One step closer to that cheating bastard walking away with nothing. We should celebrate. Late night snack? On my way. Her name was Luna, a third-year student at Peking University. Comes from a poor family. She met Joel by chance and became his sponsored student. Ryan sent me all her details, contact info for the school and even her counselor. While munching on skewers, Ryan casually said, send the chat screenshots to her school. They'll deal with it. She said you're kind and wouldn't do anything to her. I think you're kind too. I don't think you'll mess with her. Then he added, though honestly, being a mistress is more of a personal moral failing. The school usually won't expel her, probably just give a warning or moral lecture. I turned around and spilled everything to the school anyway. Just like Ryan said, they gave Luna a warning, no real punishment. Only her counselor and a few teachers knew what she did. But a few days later, a banner showed up at the university gates. Luna, junior in the finance department, deeply in love with my husband and pregnant with his child. As the legal wife, I formally request she become his concubine. There was even a drum procession, grabbing everyone's attention. Luna became instantly infamous. The story even hit local news, famous as the girl who broke up a marriage. But it wasn't me. Luna didn't believe it. Joel didn't either. Joel came to confront me, but Ryan opened the door. It was raining. Joel was soaked and Ryan had taken a shower at my place. Just a shower, that's all. Joel lost it, completely forgot why he came, punched Ryan straight away. But this time, Ryan didn't go easy. He dodged and grabbed Joel's fist, shoving him aside effortlessly. What the hell, Ryan? Why are you alone in her house? I said, we're getting a divorce. Remember? The house is in my name. It's not your place anymore. Chapter 4. Fine. Let me ask again. Joel enunciated every word with clenched teeth. Why is he in your house? Carolina? We're not even divorced yet. Exactly. We're not divorced yet. I replied coolly. But that didn't stop you from finding a side chick. So why is it suddenly a problem when it comes to me? What's that supposed to mean? What the hell is going on between you two? Ryan, we were brothers. And you go and put a damn cheating label on my head? Ryan didn't hesitate to back me up. Oh, so the governor can set fires but the people can't even light a candle? What kind of double standard is this? You cheat, and your wife is still expected to be pure and loyal? Man, that's some next-level toxic masculinity you've got there. Joel snapped. You planned this. You've been after Carolina from the start. At her birthday party, you exposed me on purpose. You're no brother. You've had this planned all along. Ryan just smirked and shrugged. Planned what? Caro and I grew up together, literally running around naked as kids, while you were still sleeping in a pigsty in the middle of nowhere. We already knew each other better than you ever could. Joel lost it. He lunged at Ryan, but he couldn't land a hit. Ryan dodged easily, grabbed his arm, and shoved him back like it was nothing. Frustrated beyond belief, Joel started smashing things around the house. He forgot why he came. He was supposed to defend Luna, demand answers, confront me, but his rage blinded him to everything else. The next night, he returned, calmer this time. He helped himself to a bottle of wine from the fridge and downed it in one go. Caro, he said softly, I get it. You're trying to get back at me by being with Ryan. Fine, but why did you have to hurt Luna? She's innocent. I'm the one who fell for her. I couldn't help myself. You were always such a kind person. What happened to you? I don't even recognize you anymore. He spoke with more entitlement than ever. He really thought that since I cheated too, he didn't have to feel guilty anymore. Huh? Luna's future is ruined because of you. Her scandal is all over the city. She got expelled. She's pregnant with my child and cries herself unconscious every day. Divorce me, let me marry her properly and give her a real name. Such touching love, such rock-solid devotion. I replied, sure, we'll divorce. You leave with nothing. Joel froze, wide-eyed. He couldn't understand why I was still so calm, so firm, especially if, in his mind, I had also cheated. You cheated too, Carolina Yee, and you still expect me to leave with nothing? Are you out of your mind? Do you have proof I cheated? Ryan took a shower in my house, and that means I slept with him? Did you see it with your own eyes? Joel paused. His face shifted, and then, he smiled. So, you didn't? I was right. You were just trying to piss me off with Ryan, weren't you? Caro, I knew it. You're not that kind of woman. You have principles. You wouldn't just fall for someone like that. Right. Even you know we're not the same species. I didn't sleep a wink last night. I thought you and Ryan really. I don't know what came over me. Seeing you two together drove me crazy. I guess I still love you. This man, he must have trained in Sichuan opera with the way he switched faces so fast. Then, a sound came from the bathroom, a flush. The door opened, and out walked Ryan. Joel, what? You were in there the whole time? Ryan shrugged. Where else would I be? Joel turned red and shouted at me, Carolina Yee, and you still claim nothing's going on? You've really disappointed me. He slammed the door and stormed off. Ryan looked at me, half apologetic. Sorry, I was just passing by and really needed to use the bathroom. Did your husband get the wrong idea? It's fine. Chapter 5. Ryan gave me another update. Joel's company was deep in its Series C funding round. The biggest investor, Monica Hahn, was throwing a charity gala and had invited Mr. and Mrs. Joel Song. Joel didn't tell me. Of course. He was planning to bring Luna. Ryan handed me an invitation to the event. If you just tell Monica that you're Joel's actual wife, Ryan said, she'll reconsider investing in his company. He also sent me Monica Hahn's background. She was a venture capitalist who had built her empire alone after being betrayed by her husband. The one thing she despised most? Unfaithful men. Ryan added, if you pull this off, Joel's company will probably never go public. Monica's influence is huge. If she drops out, no one else will touch it. Then he said, I know you're a kind person. You want a clean break, not mutual destruction. And honestly, it's not in your interest to leave him broke if it means you get nothing either. I knew his game. He was provoking me on purpose. If it weren't for Ryan, I wouldn't have even known about the gala, let alone gotten an invitation. I rarely attended Joel's events. He always told me not to force myself if I didn't like those settings. I thought he was being considerate. Turns out, he just didn't want me there, so no one in his circle really knew what I looked like. I went to a temple first, sat quietly for a long time. I really am a kind person. Even thinking of revenge makes me feel guilty. But maybe being too kind is a weakness. Sometimes, dignity comes from being shameless. I went to the gala. Joel, holding Luna's arm, introduced her. This is my wife, Luna. Yes. She's pregnant. Terrible morning sickness lately. I've been so worried I can't sleep. Pregnancy is no joke. Clearly, most of the people there knew Luna. Joel said they'd been together for 2 years, which explained why Luna had been attending all his events instead of me. Luna leaned sweetly into him. My morning sickness is nothing compared to how hard Joel works. Marrying him? I must have used up all my luck in life. Their display of affection was loud and clear. Even Monica Hahn nodded approvingly. Mr. Song, men who treat their wives well always succeed. Your company will thrive. Joel was beaming until he saw me. His face went pale. Then I remembered. This wasn't my first time seeing Luna. She came to my house 2 years ago with a basket of farm eggs. She had a crappy flip phone, so I gifted her the latest model. Luna nearly stumbled. She clung to Joel, clearly terrified. She probably thinks I was the one who put up the banner at her school. I wasn't. I suspect Ryan was. Joel stormed toward me, trying to drag me out. I yanked my arm free. Carolina Yee. Are you trying to ruin me? You're a career woman. Successful, why throw it all away acting like a jealous ex? Even if you divorce me, you won't get much. As if not ruining him would get me more money. Joel, stop talking about money all the time. So tacky. Ever heard of the saying, sometimes it's not about the bread, it's about your pride? He saw me walking toward Monica and growled, I'll leave with nothing. I swear, everything I earned these years, I'll give it to you. Just don't destroy my company. It's my life. Monica had noticed the scene and came over, eyes sharp, watching him grip my wrist. Are you looking for me, miss? She asked. Joel instantly let go of me. Yes, Ms. Hahn, I replied. I've heard so much about you. May I take a photo with you? Joel jumped in. Ms. Hahn, she's just a college friend. I was trying to stop her so she wouldn't bother you. A photo? That's not a bother at all. After the photo, I left. At the door, I looked back. Joel was staring at me in panic. And Luna, as always, hid behind him, too small for the spotlight. Chapter 6. I successfully got divorced. Joel Song handed over all his assets to me, except his company. To him, as long as he kept the company, he could make back the money he gave me. When I went to collect the apartment across the street, Luna clearly had no idea that place also belonged to me. This is the house Joel bought for me. She screamed. What right do you have to take it? You already got me expelled from school. What more do you want? You were expelled because of your own actions. I said coolly. This apartment was bought with marital assets. Now that Joel left with nothing, tell me, do I have the right or not? Luna refused to leave. I called building management. She made such a scene that half the neighborhood came out to watch. Everyone quickly realized who she was, the mistress. Whispers spread like wildfire. I always wondered how someone so young lived here, driving luxury cars and carrying designer bags. Thought she married rich, turns out she's a side chick. Gross. Living under the same roof as a homewrecker. The wife came to claim the house and the girl still had the nerve to ask what right she had. That's comedy gold. Look at that belly, let her give birth to a bastard right here. Luna had spent so long basking in admiration. Aside from some gossip at school, no one had ever mocked her so bluntly, so viciously. She broke down instantly, collapsing to the floor in tears. What do you mean mistresses aren't loved? I'm loved. Her husband loves me. How am I a mistress? Such bold conviction, like a proud simp queen declaring her truth. Then Joel arrived, rushing to scoop her into his arms. He glared at me. Why humiliate her over a damn apartment? God, I'm glad I divorced you. You've become a stranger to me. Luna, wrapped in his arms, smiled smugly. Baby, buy me a nicer house later. I don't even want this one. Of course. Baby, I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve this. I hadn't even said a word yet, but a neighbor couldn't take it anymore. She came out, midwinter, and dumped a bucket of cold water on them. Filthy cheating dogs, aren't you ashamed? Joel was soaked, furious. He shouted that he'd call the police. I told him, don't make a scene. A lady accidentally spilling water isn't a crime. At most. She owes you 500 yuan. I'll transfer you 50,000. Check your WeChat. I'll never forget how he looked at me. Not angry, but humiliated, deeply ashamed. I remembered when Joel first started his company. He was broke, always needing money, but never asked me directly. I would quietly place my bank card in his drawer. When he used it up, I'd top it off with my salary again. I gave him money while protecting his pride. I supported him through every step, watching him rise from nothing to CEO. And then, one day, he just said, let's divorce. I don't love you anymore. I've fallen for someone else. It's almost laughable. As he carried Luna out, he turned back to look at me. I met his gaze, calm and unflinching, my eyes cold as ice, and his brow furrowed. His expression was no longer victorious. It was conflicted, something deeper. Chapter 7. I thought that once we divorced, Joel would marry Luna right away. But even after she gave birth to his child, they still weren't married. Joel was completely consumed by his company. He was terrified that something might go wrong and ruin the IPO. He had to keep the business running and secure the funding. Luna, meanwhile, was insecure as ever, calling him 10, 15 times a day. Even if Joel went out to dinner with clients, she'd accuse him of cheating. One time, Joel was out of town for a hotel conference and didn't pick up her call. So Luna showed up with the baby. Right at the hotel, the room was filled with staff and clients. Joel was mortified. He exploded in front of everyone. Can you grow up a little? I'm working. Carolina Yi was never like this. She had her own career. Never revolved around a man. And you? You just carry the baby and cry. All that crying is ruining my fortune. But Luna fought back, shouting, you regret divorcing her, don't you? Too late. I already had your child. We're tied for life whether you like it or not. All of this I heard from Joel's assistant, who even sent me videos. Back when the company was small, I used to bring gifts every time I visited. Later, when it grew, I brought afternoon tea for everyone. Luna? She never brought a thing. She walked in like a queen and once publicly berated a young intern for slacking off. The girl quit the next day, humiliated. Luna wanted to manage the company's finances, said she was qualified. Thankfully, Joel still had some sense and said no, told her to stay home with the baby. But Luna, as a former mistress, was paranoid. She suspected every female employee. If anyone got too close to Joel, she'd threaten them. Now, no woman at the company dared to even speak to Joel. Eventually, the company's funding fell through. After a period of observation, Monica decided to withdraw. Once she did, the other investors followed. Forget the IPO, just basic operations were now a struggle. One weekend, I invited Ryan over for dinner. He was already grinning as he got to the door. You told Monica about Joel's affair, didn't you? That company's toast. No IPO for them. Before I could answer, Joel walked out of the elevator. He looked at me, stunned, almost staggering. I gave you everything, Carolina Yee, and you still won't let me go? Do you hate me that much? Does ruining me make you happy? I glanced at Ryan, that pretentious coquette, stirring up drama again. What did you expect? That I'd wish you wealth and happiness? Joel clutched his chest, like he'd been sucker punched. He clearly came to confirm whether I told Monica about his affair, blaming that for her pulling out of the investment. Caro, believe it or not, I really did want the best for you, Anne. I still had feelings for you. I never thought you'd do this to me. I tissed and laughed out loud. He wanted the best for me, while cheating, fathering a child, divorcing me, and still saying he cared? Disgusting. I shot Ryan a look. Was it you? Me? As if. Joel's company tanked all on its own. Luna's a real force of destruction. She ruined him and his business. Monica visited and saw her throwing her weight around, berating staff, and then heard everything about Joel from the employees themselves. Joel banned her from the office, but now Luna watches him like a hawk. He has zero freedom now. And suddenly, I remembered what Joel said at my birthday, that he wanted a divorce because he wanted freedom. Some things you really shouldn't say out loud. Because fate? It listens very well. Chapter 8. It didn't even take 3 years before Joel's company fell into serious financial trouble. After the failed funding round, several investors pulled out. To keep things afloat, Joel borrowed heavily from the bank. Now he couldn't pay it back. Cash flow was dead. The company couldn't even make payroll. Employees started protesting outside the office with banners demanding their wages. He really was broke. Everything he'd made in recent years had gone to Luna. Luna constantly threatened him using the child. No matter how hard things get, you can't let our child suffer. But then Joel noticed. The kid was all skin and bones. Meanwhile, Luna was decked out in luxury, designer bags, name-brand clothes, expensive makeup. She was useless at everything except spending. One day, I came home and saw Joel sitting outside my door with a liquor bottle in hand. When he saw me, he stumbled to his feet. Caro. He looked awful. Unshaven, wrinkled clothes, hair like a bird's nest. He stank. Instinctively, I stepped back and covered my nose. When he saw that, it broke him even more. You don't love me anymore, do you? I can see it. The light's gone from your eyes when you look at me. But Caro, I can't stop thinking about you. I can't sleep. I regret everything. Why did I mess it up? Why did I leave you for someone like her? I couldn't help myself. I salted the wound. Someone like her? That was your one true love. Remember? You wanted to give her a name, a future. You were willing to die for her. What? Still haven't married her? Go home and take care of your kid. The disgust in my voice shattered him. There's no chance for us anymore. Is there? You can't even stand me now? But Caro, when we met, I was just like this. I've never stopped loving you. That's why I never married Luna. Joel, stop. You're just romanticizing your own fall. You're not back to the man I met. You're back to the broke loser version of yourself. If life had gotten better for you, you wouldn't have thought of me for a second. And that hit him. I saw the panic flash across his face. Caro, I came to see you because I need a favor. For the sake of all those years we spent. The elevator dinged. Ryan walked out with grocery bags. Well, look who it is. Mr. Song. Joel watched him unlock my door, kick off his shoes, and put on house slippers like he lived there. He stared at me in disbelief. You two are really together? Ryan grinned and asked, what are you doing here? Talking to my girlfriend? Your company's about to go bankrupt. Don't tell me you came to borrow money. Babe, don't lend him a dime. He won't pay it back. Before I could respond, Joel swallowed his words. I'm not here for money. I just wanted to see Caro. If she's doing well, I can rest easy. And then he fled, pathetic and defeated. Ryan said, he totally came to borrow money. You got all that cash in the divorce. And now he's got his eyes on it again. I know. I didn't lend him a cent. And you better not go eyeing my money either. Ryan scoffed. Relax. Keep your little rainy day stash. My mom's on her way. I'm gonna start cooking. Wait. Your mom? I should be the one visiting her, not having her come here. It's fine. She's lived abroad for years. She doesn't care about traditions. The doorbell rang, and when I opened it, I froze. A tall, elegant woman stood there. Ms. Han. Monica smiled and took my hand. Ms. Han? That's so formal. I used to carry you in my arms when you were a baby. Of course. You wouldn't remember. Auntie, wait. You're Ryan's mom? You didn't know? I thought you did. He came back to China for you. You know? And suddenly, Joel's paranoid rants didn't sound so crazy anymore. Ryan had planned it all. He'd gotten close to Joel on purpose. I pinched Ryan's butt hard. You sly fox. He yelped but still wouldn't admit anything. It's all coincidence. Something didn't add up. I had no proof. But my gut said otherwise. Joel was completely bankrupt now. Most of his employees had stuck around. But Luna? She was the first to bail. I heard he begged her. I've lost everything. All I have left is you and our son. Please don't leave me. That night, Luna cleaned out the house, took everything valuable and vanished. No one knows where she went. She left behind their emaciated little boy. And that kid started looking less and less like Joel. Joel came to see me one last time, to ask for money for a paternity test. Ryan was the first to jump in. Yes, absolutely. We should fund this. I shot him a look. But yeah, we gave him the money. I don't know what the results were. Didn't ask. But I heard Joel fled the country, dodging his debts. He left the kid with his creditors, swearing he'd come back for him once he made money abroad. The creditors took turns caring for the boy, but Joel never came back. Eventually, they gave up and called the cops. The police found Luna and made her come get the kid. That's when I saw her again, at the station. Since Joel was my ex-husband, the cops asked if I knew where he was. Luna spotted me, grabbed her son, and ran like the devil was chasing her. Ryan told me, "You're too kind. You'd never say anything to hurt her." But I couldn't resist. "Hey Luna, who's the kid's real father?" She flinched, then took off running with that kid like an Olympic sprinter. The creditors stood there, dumbfounded. Wait, the kid isn't Joel's? Damn. Joel had terrible taste in women. You know what? I actually feel bad for the guy now. I almost said, he didn't always have bad taste. He chose me once, didn't he? But he never knew how to treasure me. And now, I've found someone who does. You have to lose the wrong person to find the right one. I still remember how devastated I felt when I first found out Joel was cheating. It felt like my whole world collapsed. But Ryan told me, if things don't go your way, maybe fate has something better planned. And you know what? He was right.